Hi, I'm Keith. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another heavy metal update. This has been in the works for a while because I'm been waiting for a lot of things to arrive through the post. Some have, some I'm still waiting for. So today's video will be showing some of the things that I've got recently. I've got some 80s metal to show you. Just some CDs, and I've been diving a little bit into Bandcamp, looking around at different things. So I'll show you what I've got from Bandcamp as well. So firstly, some news that made me happy when I heard about it. Iron Maiden have just announced a lot of their tour dates for next year, and was happy to read that one of the places they're going to be visiting is here in New Zealand. So finally, next year, if all goes well, I'll be in September 2024. I'll be going to see Iron Maiden in concert, which is right up there with one of the ones that I was breaking my neck to try and see. So I think they last came here in about 2016. Another tour was cancelled because of COVID. So it's been a long time since they've come to our shores. So that was exciting news for me. So all right, I'll get into what I've got for my update. First of all, this is a soundtrack that has been on my list to pick up for a long time. This is a soundtrack for the 1986 American horror movie Trick or Treat. So this is an original pressing. The music is done by, of course, Fastway. Original music score by Fastway. What Are You Afraid Of? It's Only Rock and Roll. So this was a horror movie. I vaguely remember getting it out on, I'm dating myself here, on video cassette in the 80s and enjoying it. And I've rewatched it again fairly recently, and I thought, I've got to get this. Just look at that cover, great cover there. So this has got appearances in the movie by Gene Simmons and Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy plays in here a little part just there where he's like a televangelist complaining about the evils of heavy metal. Yeah, the irony of that. And Gene Simmons plays a character in the movie as well, DJ Nuke. There he is there. But yeah, it's actually a really good listen for a soundtrack as well. That the Fastway did a good job of this. So I managed to get this off one seller. I've bought some things off him before, and they're usually in very good condition, and this was the same. No seam splits or anything. So really good original condition copy of the Trick or Treat soundtrack. Vinyl. There you go. Perfect. There on CBS. So there were three things that I got off this seller. That was one of them. The second one is from a band called Blitzkrieg, and the album is called Ready for Action. So this is a heavy metal EP from the US, California group Blitzkrieg. It's got Jeff Johnson. There he is there, guitar vocals. Neil Moore, Don Ross, Jeff Wills, Eric von Thiemer. And just look at that picture of Eric there. with the long hair and all that. That would have confused me when I was younger. And all that get up. So when I was looking on Discogs, there's actually multiple bands called Blitzkrieg. So this is what confused me at first. I saw this and then I thought there's actually punk bands called Blitzkrieg. There's about 15, 16 bands called Blitzkrieg out there. So it's a German word. It just means, I think, it just means lightning war, from what I remember. Another heavy metal band, there's an English heavy metal band formed in 1980 called Blitzkrieg, and that's the one I've been listening to quite a bit of. They did an album in 1985 called Time of Changes. Really good album, and I did enjoy streaming that. That other band that I've just telling you about, the English, this is American, but there's the English one. It's got a sword through there. So that's a really good Blitzkrieg band to check out, and I might be picking up more from them shortly. But this one here is the US, California version. So I did not like this when I first heard it, and I thought, no, it's too light, it's not heavy, but it's starting to gel with me a little bit. I think there's a song on the second side I really liked. Maybe it was First Strike. Oh no, it was Misbeliever. Yeah, on here. So I don't know if I'll keep this or not, but part of it I like, and I did think it was heavier than what it was. So I'll show you the vinyl for that. It's on Roadrunner. Oh, there. Good condition as well, like that last one I showed you. So, like I was saying about, I bought the last two albums from the same seller. There's always got to be one that didn't make the grade, but I bought this anyway because I did want it. And this album is called Power Games, and the group is called Jaguar. The reason that I was sort of looked at it and thought twice was it's really badly water damaged. You can see there, can't even read the songs. Water damaged up there. I didn't pay a lot for this, but it's one that I never see over here in New Zealand. But well, when I did see it the once, I grabbed it. So this band, Jaguar, was formed in Bristol in 1979, and they were around during the height of the new wave of British heavy metal in the early 80s. They first appeared on the Heavy Metal Heroes compilation, and they did a song on there called Storm Child before they were signed to an independent label called Neat Records for their first full-length album. So this album is basically no frills, traditional heavy metal, and one of the first speed metal bands. So this guy here that's in the group, Paul Merrill on vocals, he's got an amazing voice. I really like his voice. And it wasn't until I thought, oh yeah, this is quite good. And then I got to down the 4th track. It must, you can't read it there. It's the song's called Master Game, just there. Master Game, and then No Lies, and then Run for Your Life. That just sounds incredible on this album, and the guitar work and his vocals. He's got a great voice, that guy. I'll have to look into where he went from this album. I hope this isn't just the only thing that he's done. So yeah, like I said, this is heavily water damaged, but the record itself is, yeah, look at that. Really good. On Bass Records, which is from Italy, Italian, I don't know, pressed, I guess. So I first heard about this record from a live stream that the Heavy Metallurgy channel did. I think it was Alan on that channel. I hope I'm getting the names correct. And he showed this album, and he was talking about how he got a rare version of this album that was on Purple Wax. And I just saw this cover and I thought, if I ever see that, I'll pick it up. I just remember the tank and I remember the rockets, and I was just thinking that's a really cool, old school looking cover. But yeah, Gary Peppard on guitar, Chris Lovell on drums, Jeff Cox on bass. These guys, good album, this one. I enjoyed this. So out of the three, this is probably my favourite so far that I got from that one seller. Just a shame it was a bit damaged, but I grabbed it. Right, so I'm just going to show you a few CDs that I've got. This one here, I'm trying to build up my Judas Priest collection a bit. Don't mind if they're on CD or vinyl. I had heard about this one, and I don't think it's anybody's favourite Judas Priest album. This is Judas Priest Demolition. It's their 14th album, and their first album in the 2000s that they put out. And it's the second and final album to feature Tim Ripper Owens. So good songs on here: Hell is Home, Machine Man. So I did not have great expectations when I put this on. I thought maybe I'll listen to a few songs and then turn it off. But I listened to this back to front. Enjoyed it. I don't know if it was just the vocals or the guitars or the production. It's a bit industrial in parts. But I like this a lot more than I thought I would. All right, so I'll show you the CD. I don't think everyone's a fan of this era, but I did like this one. So there's the band at the time, this lineup, Tim there, Tim Ripper Owens, Glenn Tipton, KK, guys from Judas Priest. There we go. That was Demolition I picked up. So I think I'm going to pick the other one up if I find it, that Tim Ripper Owens did with Judas Priest, because I didn't think that was half bad at all. So of course, when I'm talking about that, I have to talk about KK's Priest. They've just put out a new album as well, and that's the KK Downing from Judas Priest. He started a sort of offshoot Judas Priest project, and that's come out. It's called The Sinner Rides Again, and that's come out with 9 songs. It's about 40 minutes long, and it's got Tim Ripper Owens in it as well. So I listened to that today and really enjoyed it as well. Just for a first listen, there's stuff in there to like. I didn't pick up the other one that they did, but I'm going to listen to more of their latest release, just come out. And of course, Judas Priest have put out a new single. This is just foreshadowing their album that's going to come out next year, March, I think so. I think next year, March. And it's called Panic Attack. So I've got to listen to that a few more times. It sounded a bit poppy to begin with. I don't know really if I like it or not yet. But I have been. It's like a Coke Pepsi thing at the moment. There's like rival franchises with Judas Priest at the moment. There's like KK's version, KK's Priest, and then of course there's Rob Halford's Judas Priest. So it's the whole Coke Pepsi thing again. But yeah, it's good to have two anyway. It's good to have good new music coming out from those musicians. So I'm not complaining at all. Another CD that I've got is this Gravedigger Witch Hunter. What's this? Direct Metal Mastered something or other. This is a second studio album by the German heavy metal band, originally released in 1985 on Noise Records. Okay, that's the CD there. There you go. So I know this isn't the best from Gravedigger, but I've been I really enjoyed this. I showed you in the last heavy metal update this Gravedigger Tunes of War, and I've been streaming a lot of their other albums. So I was looking for anything Gravedigger, and then that Witch Hunter came up. So I thought, yeah, I'll grab that. I think it sounds probably better on the streaming service that I listen to. I have a little bit of a problem with some of the vocals on here. The cover version of Alice Cooper's School's Out, yeah. So I have streamed better albums from them, but it's not bad. Friends of Mine sounds all right. Some of the songs are pretty good. Definitely not their best album, but not a bad. Great, very melodic. So if you don't like melodic heavy metal, it's probably not for you. So that was that was the Gravedigger CD I got. Right, I've got a few cassettes as well. I got Kingdom Come, in your face. It's called Kingdom Come in Your Face. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'll let you find it yourself. So this is their second album. There you go. I'll show you there you go. For you cassette guys, go there. I do like this album. So that was a really good pickup. I was happy with that. So they're supposed to do a tour on this album with Wasp. But shortly after the release of this album, they actually split up. And later on, Lenny Wolf reformed Kingdom Come with a new lineup in 1990. But that was sort of it for a while. There. That's for me, that's not a bad album at all. Right, so I just want to talk to you a little bit about Bandcamp. I always hear about Bandcamp when I'm watching videos, and I didn't know the ins and outs of it for quite a while, but I decided to splurge and just go on it and just sort of dive in and just see what I could find and what might appeal. So I ordered a few things. Only about less than half has come in. So I'm still waiting for a few things. But of course, going through it, I recognize this project. Of course, Enchantment came out last year, Cold Soul Embrace. Death Doom metal band from the UK, from Blackpool. So a lot of time went into this, producing this. A lot of demos that was done during COVID. A lot of looking at old tapes and updating them, and slowly coming together and making this album. So it's a bit of a passion project from the guys involved in the UK. So Mike Tierney on bass, Steve Blackmore on guitars, Aidan Baldwin on drums, and our own YouTuber, Mark G on guitars, and Paul Jones on vocals. So there's the CD. So I do jump back and forth into Death Doom. I do like a bit of melody in my Death Doom. I don't like it just full in your face, and this suits me perfectly. So this is going back quite a while, though. They've been working on this for a long time. So I can see they're really happy to have this out and for lots of people to enjoy. And I did enjoy listening to this. I have it in my car and will continue to enjoy listening to that. So that's a good one. This one, my actual first Bandcamp buy was Enchantment's Cold Soul Embrace. Cheers, guys. Right, so while I was at it, I love cassettes, and I love the Death Doom cassettes and the metal that are coming out. So, of course, spotted this one from Consecration, another YouTube link. This is Sinus, C-I-N-I-S. Death Doom metal band from Norwich, UK, formed in 2010. It's got Daniel Bolins on vocals, and he actually does the artwork. I'll show you the artwork. It's quite impressive. There we go. Great bit of detailed line work there on that artwork. So yeah, like I was saying, to show you there's the cassette. Yeah, like I was saying, Daniel Bolins is the vocals, and he did leave a nice message. I like these little things. It says, "Thanks for the support, Keith, Dan." That was cool, nice little card with that. I like these little touches. So it's Andy Matthews, Matthew Bolins, and of course our Liam Halstago on guitars, Liam the Death Doom Metalhead on YouTube. So that's a really cool cassette. Nice little grey packaging on the shell. It's the third full-length album. So it's Death Doom. There's a bit of melody in here. Blackened vocals. But I'll give this a blast when my wife's not home. Play this really loud. Yeah, give my ears a blast with this one. So with the Metal Doom riffs on that one. Keeps me happy. I like the Doom in it. Right, from that, I'm going to go a lot lighter. I've only shown this when I did my Steve Stevens video. I've got this on cassette now, Vince Neil Exposed. Hard one to find on vinyl. So I picked it up on cassette. I do enjoy this album. Like I said, I enjoy Steve Stevens' guitar work on here. It's a good guitar album for me. Some of the lyrics are a bit dodgy on here, but you know, it's what you're getting when you put in a Vince Neil cassette. So there's that inside there. Completely flying in the face of what was popular at the time, which was grunge and all that. And you put out a hair metal album, so yeah, I like that. Right, so I'm getting sort of to the last part of my video, and I'd just like to show a box set that I picked up. I picked up the Van Halen box set. So if you're not interested in this band, this might be the time for you to check out. But this is a band that's been with me from young. Got lots of good memories about this band and summer times and listening to this music, which I thought was just happy, fun music for me. So this came to me at a reasonable price. I had to look twice at the price when I first saw it coming up, and I thought that can't be right, because there is, if you look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums, and it was $200 New Zealand, which I thought was a steal. And the thought and the packaging is just top notch. Everything about it I thought was top notch. I love the logo. It's on the spine. It's got the years there. I love the printed box. It's quite a heavy box. So mine actually came in perfect condition, which I was really pleased about. No seam splits or anything like that. So I'm just going to take you through, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing and show you everything, because there's so many videos about this out already. So I'm not going to go overboard. I'm just going to give you my thoughts that might be slightly different from some of the other videos out there. So I'm just going to talk about the first. There's a first box set that came out, and it's all the David Lee Roth years. So I have just a while ago bought this. This is, of course, the debut album from Van Halen with David Lee Roth on it, and they remastered all the, well, I think a few of the David Lee Roth albums. Chris Bellman did. If you ever come across those remasters, they are amazing. So this blew my socks off when I heard it, the Chris Bellman remaster from a few years ago. I think it might be about 3 or 4 years ago. Everything on it sounds improved. Yeah. The guitar work just it sounds crisp, it sounds fresh, and it sounds different. You just hear so many little subtleties in it. I play it loud on my stereo, and I was just completely, like I said, knocked my socks off when I heard it. He did the Van Halen 2. I've got that one as well. I'm not sure if he mastered that other box set, but if he has, it's well worth picking up, because like I said, there's a big difference with this new box set. It's not as striking a difference, because like I'm saying, it was remastered, it wasn't remixed, so they didn't take the individual elements and put them together and put new things in to make it something new. What they've done is they've got the same album, but they've just put things center stage, put other things maybe back a little bit, and just dial things back, put things forward. It just sounds different. It's not as an amazing difference as what they've done with the earlier albums, but there are improvements in this. and there are differences. So I'll just talk about the sound differences that I hear with my ear, because everyone's got different turntables and everyone's got different hearing. So I'll go through the albums quickly. I'm not going to do a big thing about it, but I'll just tell you what I thought about it. So I'll start with probably my favorite Van Halen album, and that is 5150. One thing I did notice about this, the artwork is not as good as the original. It's not as sharp, the photography, but that's just a minor sort of complaint. Listening to that, because I've had years and years of experience of listening to this, it's probably it's my favorite of the Van Hager and Sam Halen era albums. I would say probably if you've got the box set, don't sell your original of this. I've got an original, because on some songs, the heavier songs, I think, do sound better on the original. It might just be my ears, but on this, a lot of the softer songs, there's more to hear in it. So it's a different listen. So don't sell it. Keep both, because it's a different listen. One of my favorite songs on here is on side 2. It's Love Walks In, and I do like the new remix. Not the remix. The new version, that remaster, that Bernie Grundman, he's the engineer on this. Top tier engineer, smart guy. And so I like what he's done with Love Walks In on here, one of my favorite 5150 songs. But like I was saying, keep the old one for the heavier songs, because you might want to just hear them on your older album from time to time. Summer Nights sounds great on here as well. So like I said, I've played this a few times. I've played my original a few times, and I think it's worth keeping both, in my opinion. So probably my next favorite. So I'll just talk about them from my favorite to my least favorite. This came out in 1991 for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. So this is the new one from the box set. Everything about the cover and everything is reproduced really well. Everything's top-notched on it. Got the inserts, everything done really well. So yeah, great job with this. I have a German copy of this. Thanks, Steve. It sounds not the same as this. I do like this new remaster, but also like the German one. So I'm torn between the two. The 90s weren't well known for a lot of good attention to detail on vinyl, but I'm going to keep the German version I've got for now. I like what Bernie Grundman's done with this. The songs do sound good. You can hear different things in it. That's why it's worth keeping it, because you can hear new things in this new remaster that you haven't heard before. Sammy's vocals are a real winner in this. He just sounds fantastic on the latter two albums, this one and Balance. You hear Michael Anthony, he sounds great. You hear a bit of Alex shining every now and again. So it's just worth it to hear different things from these albums if you love them sort of like I do. So yeah, I've got this one. I've got a German one that's over there in my stack of records. So the next album on my list there, doing a sort of a ranking that I like, is Balance. Okay. So I won't show too much of that cover. And got some great songs on it. Seventh Seal. This is probably the one that's benefited the most from its remastering and coming out. And this coming out strong with a great sounding album. So really happy with this. The photography looks great. Everything about it is top notch. So this is one of the treasures in that box set. If you want to get it, a lot of people are getting that for just this album because it's so hard to find and so expensive if you do want to pick it up. So I caved in a while ago and I bought this unofficial copy here. A bit blurry, the photography, but a lot of things that Boots don't have is they don't have proper inners. It's got a proper inner, which was quite good. And it probably sounds more like as if it's, you know, from CD or something like that. So it's sort of orange vinyl there. So that was just one I picked up because there's no way I could have found an original at a decent price. So probably my least favourite, and it might be a few others as well, is OU812 there. So this is another one, of course. Van Halen don't usually put the song titles on the cover. So yeah, maybe keep your copy of this as well. But I haven't listened to this too much yet, so looking forward to listening to the new remastered version of this. I do like some songs on here, but for me, it was a little bit of a disappointment when it came out. I think they just rushed it a bit between tours to put that out and didn't put in as much thought as they did into that as they did some of their other albums, in my opinion, and probably not enough work. But it's still a good album, and of course it's a Van Halen album, and yeah, that was the only other thing to show you from is the Rarities album, which I'm really happy to have. It's got some great songs on it, and this for me personally is just like having another lost Van Hager album to listen to. Enjoying this a lot. It's just got rarities from compilations and soundtrack work and different things that was on singles, remastered again and just put out as proper vinyl release. So just one point that I have not heard anyone sort of talk about as well with on this box set, there's a rarities album. I wonder if any thought was given into putting a rarities album on the David Lee Roth album set, because he did record some extra songs for compilations and things like that with Van Halen. I'm sure there's stuff they could have scraped together at least a side, maybe two sides to go with that. So that would have been just something extra. I know maybe something's going to come out later. So they've given us, if you're a Van Halen fan, they've given us what we want with this and the other box set. So I'm not sure where they'll go from here. Is there anything else that's going to come out? Are they going to do the Van Halen 3, different kind of truth as well? It'd be interesting. So it's always interesting to see what's going to happen. So we'll be looking out for different record store days and just what else there is to come. That might be it, but if it is, I'm happy with that and really pleased that I got all that stuff. So finally, that's my heavy metal update. I've got to show you everything that's come through my door and I've been playing and listening to. So if anything else comes, I'll keep it for the next heavy metal update. And thank you for those that are subscribing. I've got a few new ones come on, and thank you for that. And thank you for those that are commenting. I'm enjoying the chit chat in the comments. And I'll see you in my next video, which hopefully won't be too long. Thank you.